Islam Dwayne. Islam Dwayne Bey. How you doing? I hope well. Hold on 1 second. I don't think it's hard to see. Okay. Hi. I hope well. I just got through. Today was a good day. I felt like it was pretty good. I meditated. I exercised. I did my sit-ups. I sunbathed. So now I am about to settle down and listen to the Sunday conference call at 7:30 p.m. Moorish American National Republic. But what I was thinking about, I wanted to give you some of my thoughts today as I was sunbathing. As I was sunbathing today, well, actually, as I took a shower, but just I'm gonna say from sunbathing and meditation outside, it was over 90 degrees today. It was very hot. And I went to take a shower. That's why I get my hair and wash my hair. To now, I was I was looking around, and so this is not the first time, but sometimes I see, like, as I'm sunbathing, I see like pale skin, what people that will call white American will come outside and they'll just sit around up under the trees. Now the sun is glaring down very hot. It's over 90 degrees today. It was hot, very hot. So it's obviously they trying to stay out of the sun. They staying up under the trees. And I'm seeing mental attacks, visuals, spiritually, because I'm learning, as I've learned, everything is spiritual first. So I'm like, it's like, I'm outside, I'm meditating, and I'm asking Allah, I'm breathing Allah, I'm meditating as a divine soul. I'm focusing that I am a divine soul. And I see these pale skin, they're very pale, or somewhat, maybe some of them have olive skin. They're coming outside, trying to stay in the shade, for, I guess, sun protection, protect them from the sun. And I was thinking about how I remember some conscious, quote unquote, those under status of Black or African American, possibly most of them, or conscious Black or African community, used to say the reason why some entertainers lost their lives is because they started to they started to let the pale skin in, that pale skin energy, that spirit in, and the ancestors turned their back on them, and that caused them to be open and vulnerable for shootings, sickness, and so forth. So what I was connecting is thinking about energy. Once again, energy. Okay, everything is energy. Energy is not destroyed, it's recycled, right? But understanding that we are among others that cannot recycle that same energy. All right, so we are among spirits who are possibly soulless, most likely, and they cannot recycle that same energy as a divine soul. Okay. So what I'm thinking now is how so many melanated, Asiatic, soulful men and women probably were having different parts, different energy taken from them, making them vulnerable, maybe mentally, spiritually, which is all connected, and they had no idea. So that caused them to be sick. Not only that, they're eating food that's probably not healthy, but you would think if they if they are millionaires, that they would have that education, but not if their mind isn't balanced. Not if their mind isn't balanced, or they on drugs, or they're alcoholics, or they and so those spirits are just taken. And I see a connection with this in reference to Mother Earth. Okay. Now let me get back. So so I'm outside today. This day is once again July the 1st, 2018, and I'm meditating. I notice the pale skin comes outside, with their phone, and they're trying to protect themselves from the sun. Then I might see that look to be under a Negro Black African American status come outside. or that look to be Mexican, possibly. This is, and I'm just giving you an idea, okay? Driving by, or Middle Eastern look, that brown skin with the black hair, you know, because now they have melon, all right? So they could be out. I mean, you see Mexicans or Spanish speaking outside working in the sun, so you know they can be out in the sun. But that doesn't mean that they can recycle the same energy or they have a soul. But a pale skin who does not doesn't have active melanocytes can't be out in the sun. Okay, so they're protecting themselves from the sun. All right. So in reference to so what I'm gathering, and not gathering, but in connection, is recycling energy. Okay, everything is energy. So getting back to the entertainers and the conscious black community, how they would speak about how some entertainers were killed because, or murdered, or whatever, because they let the quote unquote pale skin in. But this is or they sold out. They say, oh, they sold out. They sold out to the white man. And all that, to me, I see how that is a created matrix, a created thought. Not what really is real is we are among spirits that are soulless, okay? And they cannot recycle the same energy. And so they are takers. So like succubus or incubus, they sit back and they wait. And they're like predators waiting to attack, whether they're male or female. And that includes those that are melanated, that look to be on the status of black African American males. You know, why some of them act like predators, or, you know, they're yelling 3 and we paid, and then after they do that, they're trying to flirt or attack genitals, okay? Or the Mexican that would look to be Mexican, speak Spanish, same thing, you know, because these are spirits. These are that just because they have melon doesn't mean they have a soul, and it doesn't mean they are attuned to their higher self. And plus, they have the science that causes them to be telepathic. So I'm meditating. The pale skin is trying to protect themselves from the sun. Sort of remind me of the movie, what's that movie, Monty? The Underworld. The Underworld with the vampires. So the vampire, all right, cannot go out in the sun. All right? They're takers. They take energy. They take blood, right? So they have to protect themselves from the sun. So they would use werewolves to go out to do what they're bidding, because they could not go out in the sun. But a werewolf can go out in the sun in the dark, in the night, right? So I'm meditating, right? Okay, and so the pale skin trying to protect themselves. They come in, you know, they outside using their phones, using code words. He loves peace, that sort of thing. And I'm mentally, I'm seeing a visual of mental attacks. And then a Negro, black, or African American male or female might also attack or walk around, okay? Or they could be from the continent of Africa, okay? It does, you know, I'm using, it does, you know, melanated, soulless spirits are not just in one section. They could be from the continent of Africa, from different countries of Africa, whether it could be West Africa, East Africa, South Africa, or the Middle East, also, or Middle Eastern, from India, Pakistan, or like I said, Mexico, or wherever. But the thing is, they have activated melanocytes that can help, that they are able to walk in the sun, but they are not souls, okay? And they are not able to regenerate energies. They are takers as well. They're succubus and incubus. All right, and not only, and they demonstrate that through their behavior, because thoughts are energy. Behavior, we are energy. So if they are behaving like predators, causing harm, this is a energy that's taking from not just that which is soulful and vibrating and raising their vibrations on a high, but Mother Earth, because Earth was made in love. This Mother Earth was made in love, and all the divine energies of Allah, healing energies, not negative, unclean, energies that are unclean and encourage bondage, encourage fear. Okay, so I see how a change is happening, and a change is occurring. And those that I mean, it's not that they don't get it. I think they are just here to fulfill prophecy. Their time is running short, and they're here to fulfill prophecy. Not all, but I think you know, some of that's what they're here for. Okay. So that's my connection to Mother Earth. You know, I think back on how I used to be on that mind frame of with the quote unquote black African American conscious community, and how they would speak about the white men and sold out to the white men. And they probably the same ones absorbing, being a succubus, taking, performing acts of bondage, harm. The same now, because they don't have a soul. They something else. We among something else. Islam. So this is my connection, not just with me being a soulful energy who can recycle energy back to the Mother Earth and the universe, help uplift Mother Earth and heal, but also just how a change is about to happen. Also, I was thinking about, once again, Prophet Noble Drew Ali's prophecy. He prophesied, he said, when the Europeans, and this is not word from word, but he said when the Europeans go back to Europe, all right, and I think of how Europe, the word rope, and kept in quarantine me, you know, quarantining my thoughts, but you know, anyway, go back to Europe. That's when the fruit or the bananas will get larger. I think, to me, I'm not saying I'm right, but my thoughts is he was demonstrating science. He was saying that these creatures, all right, not all, because everyone that looks to be a certain ethnicity might not be, you know, there might be some that look to be pale skin but have a soul, and they are thinking on a higher level of thoughts and morality. He was, to me, Prophet Noble Drew Ali was demonstrating science. That once these creatures, and it doesn't have to be necessarily the pale skin European, it could be a creature that looked to be African or quote unquote African American, Middle Eastern, go back, or is when the earth is cleansed from their presence, all right, this energy is recycled, the fruit, many things will go back to their normal size, because what we are among are spirits that are unclean, who are takers and cause harm through thoughts, words, and deeds. And that's going against everything that Allah has created. And Mother Earth, it was created in divine energies of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, Islam. So anyway, I just wanted to tell you that those are my thoughts. I wish you a good night. I'll talk to you later, Islam.